to give a warm welcome to my colleague, Mohammad Anas Hussain.
This is paper. We call it money. Money is an idea, and ideas change with time. Throughout history, revolutions have reshaped societies. Some overthrew kings, others rewrote laws. But what if the next revolution isn't political, it's financial? In the late 18th century, as the French Revolution raged, a young philosopher named Hegel watched as old monarchies crumbled and new ideas fought for dominance. He saw history as a battle of opposites, where every idea, a thesis, a challenger, and antithesis. And from their clash, something new emerged, a synthesis, a transformation that changed the world. Today, we are witnessing a similar struggle in the world of finance. On one side, centralized institutions, banks, governments, and financial giants controlling how money moves. On the other, a new force is emerging from the digital revolution, cryptocurrency, a system that challenges the old order not through chaos, but through a new kind of structure, one built on decentralization, transparency, and individual empowerment. Before we look ahead, we need to question something deeper. What really gives money its value? Why do we trust it? A $100 bill is just paper. A bank balance is just numbers on a screen. Yet we treat them as if they have inherent worth. In reality, money has no value except for the trust we place in it. For centuries, governments have controlled this trust, and we have seen how fragile that trust can be. Inflation erodes savings. Central banks print money at will. Entire economies collapse overnight because the institutions behind them fail. Now imagine a world where trust isn't placed in people, but in mathematics. In a system where no single entity can manipulate or control money. That's what cryptocurrency represents. Not just digital money, but a fundamental shift in how trust itself is structured. For me, it wasn't just the idea of decentralization that captured my attention, but the realization that we are finally at a point where an average person, someone like you, someone like me, can have more control over their financial future than governments or institutions. I found myself diving deeper, learning about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and the freedom they represent. This journey, this new frontier of finance, is something I can't turn away from. Not when it's giving people the chance to break free from institutions that were never designed to serve them. History tells us that money has never been static. We started with bartering, then moved to gold because it was rare. Then governments introduced paper money, promising it was backed by gold, until they removed that backing altogether. Each time people resisted, they doubted paper money. Yet today we use it without question. They doubted credit cards. Yet now we live in a world where your credit score decides whether you get to rent a car or take the bus. Every time the resistance was there, but the shift was inevitable. Now we stand at the brink of another transformation, one that moves us towards decentralization. Cryptocurrency is not just a trend, it's the next step in the evolution of money. Think about it. In a world where everything is getting decentralized, from cloud storage to social networks, why would we continue to rely on centralized financial systems? Why place our trust in institutions that have proven vulnerable? Just like past innovations, decentralization in finance will start small, grow slowly, and then change everything. But with every transformation comes resistance. The rise of crypto hasn't gone unnoticed by those in power. Governments and institutions that once dismissed it as a fad are now trying to regulate, control, or even ban it outright. Yet history has shown true revolutions don't die, they adapt. In 2017, China outright banned crypto exchanges. Headlines declared it the death of Bitcoin. But what happened? The network didn't collapse, it adapted. Trading found new pathways, peer-to-peer networks flourished, and decentralized exchanges gained traction. Bitcoin didn't die, it became stronger. Last year, the US government came down hard on crypto exchanges, hitting Binance, a popular trading platform, with lawsuits, pressurizing banks to cut ties with them. And yet, while institutions wavered, individuals doubled down. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, filed for a Bitcoin ETF. El Salvador made Bitcoin legal tender, defying global institutions like the IMF. Nigeria, despite its own banking restrictions, saw crypto adoption skyrocket because people needed a financial system outside of government control. When Argentina's inflation hit 211%, they turned to stablecoins, not because they were tech enthusiasts, but people needed a way to preserve wealth. This is the pattern. Governments will push back, regulators will try to contain it, but people, when given a choice between control and freedom, always chose freedom. Crypto isn't just surviving, it's growing in the very places that need it most. We are standing at the edge of an irreversible transformation. For centuries, access to wealth was dictated by birth, geography, or power. But what happens when financial inclusion is no longer a privilege, but a right? When a teenager in Nigeria has the same access to global finance as an executive in New York, when billion-dollar transactions move without the approval of a single bank, the foundation is already being laid in decentralized finance, in tokenized assets, and an internet of value that doesn't ask for permission. The question is no longer whether this change will happen, but how quickly the world will realize that the old system has already lost. History has shown us that those who embrace change shape the future, while those who resist it are left behind. Every revolution was once unthinkable, until it wasn't. Every empire believed it was invincible until it fell. And every time people clung to the past, blind to the future unfolding before them. The financial system is evolving, with or without you. The only question is, when history looks back on this moment, will you be among those who shaped it or those who were swept away by it? Thank you.